Hello everyone, Decayedmatter again, and I'm just doing kind of an improv video here. This is going to be rare and desirable games in my collection, and I'm just going to go through them and kind of, I guess, unbox them and show you all the contents just as a historical perspective. These are games I've picked out based on my own discretion of what I feel is rare or desirable. I tried to pick out games that were actually worth, near the 100 or above range, but there may be a few on here that aren't actually worth that much anymore. It's kind of hard to tell with eBay prices fluctuating, but we'll get this started. I'll try to start with the oldest games first. So let's get this started. The first one, which is very special to me, is Contra 1. I picked this up kind of recently, and I always try to get these games complete in the box, as you can see. And we'll take a look at the contents here. Contra was obviously a huge classic for me back in the day. I mean, NES was the first system I owned, and mainly I rented this game. I didn't own it back in the day just because my family was kind of poor, so all I could do was rent games or borrow them from friends. But here you go. Here's the instruction manual. Oh, had it backwards. Show you some of the contents of it. Yeah, this game is obviously a classic, action game. And the front cover of this, I mean, look at this. It's obvious, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. And the aliens in Contra always remind you of the Xenomorphs in the Aliens franchise. But yeah, here's a little poster it came with, like a little advertisement pamphlet for all the various Konami games. So there you go. You got Jackal, Top Gun. Top Gun is great because it's so challenging to land on the aircraft carrier. Double Dribble. I love playing this game. The most ridiculous thing about it was jumping behind the hoop and flying back in front of it to make a dunk. Just so unrealistic with the physics, but so fun. And Goonies 2. I don't know, the first Goonies game might have been an arcade, but I always thought that was weird because, like, there's not a second Goonies movie. Why is there a Goonies 2 game? But it had music from the movie, which was awesome. The Cyndi Lauper music. But, oh, here's the other side of it. Oh, yeah, these are some classics in here. We got Bayou Billy, which my cousin and I did a parody video of when we were really young. Blades of Steel. That game's pretty classic. I remember in the halftime you could play an arcade game that was like a shoot 'em up. Simon's Quest. I actually had a cart-only copy of this, but lost it eventually. But I played through this game and beat it. Just surprising. Life Force, right there, which is kind of the semi-sequel to Gradius. Same universe, different story. Track and Field 2. I actually got this for one of my birthdays, probably when I was like, 4 or 5. And I absolutely love that game, especially the karate fighting part. And then there's advertising for Contra, which I have. I'm not sure why they're advertising it, but yeah. So that's Contra. Try to be a little quicker with these, showing these games. But man, Contra is just, what can you say? One of the greatest 2D side-scrolling action games ever. It never gets old playing it. So, And next up, we have Super Contra. I mean, I paid maybe over $100 for both of these. I'm not sure what they're actually worth, but it's not like they're common to find complete like this. Maybe cart only, but yeah. This copy I have is a little beat up, as you can see. It's got some creases on it. So there's the back cover, as you can see. Very cool. But here's the manual. Flip through that a little bit. There's Bill and Lance in there. And that's the different levels, I guess. Pretty cool. I never liked this game as much as the first, because obviously the first game was classic. But this one's still good. Here's the enemies. But, yeah. The game itself. I actually did have a card-only copy of this game for a while, but, yeah. I lost it with my whole collection, basically. I won't say why, but, yeah, I had to recollect NES games. But yeah, that's Super Contra. Somewhat rare, but not that rare. Here's one I received from a very good friend of mine, Giuliano. He gave me this for no reason other than supposedly he was running out of space in his apartment, and he figured I would appreciate it. It's Metal Gear 1 for MSX, or it works on MSX 2. And this is not the Japanese version, this is actually the European copy. The Japanese version was in a plastic case, and this is a cardboard case. So I'll show you the contents here. Here's the game itself, an MSX. I don't have an MSX, so I can't even play it, but honestly, I have this on Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, multiple versions, so. But yeah, there's the MSX card. This is the European version, which I hardly ever see on eBay, so I don't even know what it is worth, because I have nothing to gauge it on. The only unfortunate thing is this instruction manual is missing the front cover. It's got some pencil writing in it, which I could probably erase, but I just didn't bother. I'll let you see some of the instruction manual. I'm sure that's pretty cool. I could not even find scans of this instruction manual online, and obviously it's all in English. There's all the weapons and items. But yeah, this is Metal Gear 1's history. This was the only English cart version of this game. Obviously it was on Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, but yeah, this is the only English version. And supposedly the European version runs way slower than the Japanese one, so I've never felt the need to get an MSX system. I mean, there's some cool stuff to play on there, like the MSX version of Snatcher, which looks kind of interesting, but obviously is in Japanese, so I don't have much, reason to invest in that. But it's a cool showpiece in my collection. What's nice is this little train here has a Konami logo on it, so go ahead and put that away. So that, yeah, the fact my friend Giuliano gave this to me is really awesome. I'll probably just give it back to him one day whenever he has room for it, because honestly I don't feel like I deserve it, but that's for him to decide. I don't know if I showed you the back, but that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. This will be kind of a long video, folks, so bear with me. Alright, we're already going on 10 minutes. I've only reviewed 3 of these games. Let's see. I guess I'll go with a Nintendo game, Operation C, which is Operation Contra, actually. Here's the back of the box. Very cool. Pop this open. I obviously got this because I wanted to complete my Contra collection. Let's get all the contents out. There you go, there's the game itself. Instruction manual. Pretty cool. Gives a little of the backstory. Instructions. What's that? Power up to survive. Oh, they're talking about the story, the levels. That's kind of cool about these old games, is they explain each of the levels. Something they don't do nowadays. A couple of the enemies. Nice illustrations in there. Oh, if only games nowadays did that. Then we got danger, do not open unless you're a complete badass like me. Unless you're ready to become a power animal. Yeah, gotta love these old 80s, early 90s ads. So, then of course the future of Game Boy is in your hands. Ultra games. We got Quarth, World Circuit Series, Operation C, and then we got, oh, this is pretty nice, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. I remember seeing that in old Nintendo Powers. And Nemesis in the Gradius universe again. I'd actually like to get that game, Nemesis. So, but yeah, I just got this. It's pretty good. It's like the same style as the NES Contras, but it's only one player and it's kind of a side story. I think the newest one, what's it called? Hardcore Uprising on PSN, kind of follows loosely with some of the story in this game. So it was interesting to get. Alright, let's move on. I guess I can show some SNES games now. I'll start with my cart-only copies here, so that'll be quicker. And the first one would be Super Metroid. Found this at a mom and pop store, probably for under 20 bucks. And I actually had the save battery replaced in this by a user on the Nintendo Age forums. And he replaces not only the battery, but the holder that holds the battery. So in the future, 12 years from now, when the battery runs out again, I can easily swap out the battery. So in my opinion, this is future-proof for the rest of my life. So this is staying in my collection. Maybe I'll get a box and manual for it eventually, but hey, Super Metroid, great game. Next, this is another one I had the battery and holder replaced. Super Mario RPG. I played this back in the day when I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I borrowed my friend's, and I borrowed this game and beat it in one sitting. Excellent, excellent game. It's surprising how serious the story feels, despite the fact it's based on Mario. So, yeah, it's somewhat rare, I guess. I don't know how much for a card only. And, of course, mandatory Earthbound. I found this at the same mom and pop game store. This was for $12, and that was probably somewhere around the last half of the PS2 era is when I picked this up. And now you can't get a card only for, probably less than $200. But yeah, I had the save battery replaced in this as well as the holder, so this is future proof. So that is great. This is obviously kind of a parody of Dragon Quest, and excellent, excellent RPG. Alright, I guess we'll go with now my boxed SNES games. So we'll start here with this one, Castlevania 4. This one isn't really worth more than $100 usually, but it's getting close to there. I forgot what I paid for this, but this is complete in the box. And I love the Castlevania series. I still need to get Castlevania 1 through 3 on NES, but this is one of the best old school ones in my opinion, so I had to pick it up. It's semi-complete. It's missing a few pamphlets, but Here's the back of it. But yeah, it's complete enough for my taste. I mean, it has the warning card and has the instructions, which I'll show you here. I got the one with the full color instruction manual. You can see they show the enemies and bosses, the different weapons, you know, the holy water, knife, axe, cross, the whip, all the hearts and potions and rosaries and chunks of turkey. Only thing with this copy is the back of this had all the level passwords written in it in pen, which the seller didn't tell me about, but I got him to knock like 10 bucks off the price, so I got a fairly good deal on it. I mean, it's not written that bad, and it's actual level password, so it's not that bad. I would have preferred it to be blank for collection's sake, but whatever. And there's some more enemies. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sure this will get more rare as the years go on. So I wanted to get that for Castlevania collection's sake. Alright, the next NES game here is another of my personal favorite series, of course, Contra 3, The Alien Wars. And there's the back of it. We'll go ahead and unbox this as well. I hope you guys are sticking through this video because it's going to be a long one. I still got a lot more games to go. So there you go, the cart itself. And then I got a couple pamphlets with this. Important, turn the power switch of the control deck off before loading or removing the game pack. Okay, thanks for telling me. And I got the full color manual version. There's also a black and white version. And fortunately, this one doesn't have any writing in it. They, of course, give you the story and the screen, different weapons, the levels, of course. I love that, how they tell you about the different levels. And the enemies and bosses. It's great. So anyways, we'll move on here. Oh, and this little thing, I might as well show you that. Another advertisement. Oh, you got some nice games in here. Contra 3, of course, and then Turtles in Time, which I'd like to get at some point. Axelay, which is, I think, kind of a shoot 'em up game. What do we got on the other side here? Oh, of course, we've got Castlevania 4, NFL, which I'm sure isn't worth shit. Cybernator, I don't know what that's worth. Tiny Toons, and Prince of Persia. I actually have this game. I don't think it's that rare. It doesn't exceed 100 bucks, but I have that complete in the box. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll put this away. Oh wait, one more thing I forgot was under there. God, they give you so many pamphlets with this. Nintendo Power ad. So there you go. A little nostalgia for you guys. And another Konami registration card. So this copy was pretty complete. I think this is all the flyers that came with it. So I was pretty happy with that version that I got on eBay. Okay, next up, another SNES game, and this was a recent one that I picked up. And this is R-Type 3, the Third Lightning, which it doesn't say it's called that, but when you start it up, it is called that. So let's pop this open. The box is a little bit beat up. It's got some creases on it, as you can see, but not too bad. This game is pretty rare. I don't see it on eBay all the time. But, yeah. Oh, I forgot all the flyers in here. Okay. Yeah, there's the card. I took the dust protector off and used it on a loose game I got because it's in the box. I don't need the dust protector on it. But there you go. We got the flyer, the manual. I'll show you the manual, of course. Full color. God, how often do you get a manual nowadays, much less a full color one? And it's the typical, you know, showing the power-ups and showing the different forces, because the nice thing about R-Type 3 is they give you multiple forces, which is very nice for variety. Showing the stages, of course, and there's the warranty. Then Jaleco. And they didn't have many good games under their belt, but this is their flyer. Ren Sandberg plays Super Bases Loaded. Okay, I don't even know who that is because I don't follow sports. Cubert. Some crossword puzzle thing. Another Bases Loaded for Game Boy. Rival Turf. I think that's a rare game. Possibly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Goal! A soccer game. And you got something based off the Indiana Jones, I think the TV series. Utopia. I'm not sure. I think that's a strategy game. And King Arthur's World. It looks like another strategy game. I think I might have heard of that. Yeah, Jaleco, man. They didn't have many hits, but R-Type 3 is obviously the classic. Got the warranty card here. And, you know, just the SNES disclaimer card. Alright, that's R-Type 3. Oh my god, we're at 21 minutes already. The video is going to be long. Might be an hour or more than an hour. Yeah, it will definitely be more than an hour. Although these SNES games take longer to unbox. All these cardboard box games take too long. And this one, Star Fox 2. This is the Time Walk Games one. I won't spend too much time since I did an unboxing of this, but yeah, obviously it's a gray colored cart. And it came with the poster, which I've shown, the instruction manual, which I've shown, and then the back of the box. And then, of course, the spine says Time Walk Games on it. So, yeah. The unboxing of this is on my channel, so we'll just move on. I am very impressed with this from what I played. So glad to have it. This was over $100, so I assume it's going to hold its value, because these are not exactly easy carts to make, especially with the box and everything. So I'm pretty sure this will hold its value, or even increase. Especially since there's not like an infinite amount of, you know, FX chip games. Alright, I guess we'll show a Genesis game here that's kind of rare. Of course, another Contra game, Contra Hardcore. And there's the back of the box for you guys to see. I'm sure you won't be able to read the fine print, but there you go. There's the inside with the nice see that? Oh, there you go. The Konami logo on it. But yeah, this copy, I'm not sure how much I paid. It was near 100, or maybe a little over. But it came with the manual and the registration card. I don't know if that's complete. It might add more in it. But the manual's pretty thick. It's color on the outside, but it's black and white on the inside. And I'll just scroll through that. I really love these Genesis game carts. Like the packaging for them, it's got the hard case rather than the cardboard, so it's more like a DVD case in a way. There's the two of the four characters. There's the other two, the little robot and the wolf guy. Here's some of the other characters in the game. Of course, the levels. They always show the levels and the warranty info. But yeah. Here you go, Contra Hardcore, one of the best Contra games out. And the PSN version is kind of the prequel to this, so check that out as well. So there you go, Contra Hardcore. Kind of rare. Okay, let's see. I guess since we're on Nintendo, we'll move on to N64. So, I don't know how rare this one is, but maybe in the box it's a little more pricey. I don't know if it's exceeded $100, but there you go, Paper Mario. So we got the contents in here. Here's the back of the box. I love this game. Of course, coming from Mario RPG, I wanted more Mario RPG action, but this isn't quite the same. Obviously, it isn't made by Squaresoft, so, but still a damn good RPG. I picked this up at Toys R Us at a clearance sale when they were selling off all their N64 games. There was like 10 sealed copies of this for like, I don't know, 20 bucks maybe less. I should have just grabbed them all, but you know, back in the day you think, oh, they're not going to be worth much, but yeah, now that you're a collector, you know this stuff's going to be worth a lot. Here's the manual. Full color, of course. That's a great thing about N64 manuals. Lots of nice colorful detail in them. Very good. But yeah, I won't really go too in depth because I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah, Paper Mario is great. So, anyways, move on here. Move on here. Hopefully I'm not leaving out any of my rare games in my collection. I might do an updated collection video as well for you guys, just so you can see everything I have now. I've gotten to the point where I've almost got everything I want. My wish list is down to maybe like 41 games, so anyways, here's another N64 one that might be kind of rare. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Here's the back of the box. Probably a little more rare than Castlevania 64 because this is the improved version with a new character, the Cornell, the wolf. And this is very nice condition box. Get out the contents here. We of course have the card itself. And I've beaten Cornell's Quest and most of Reinhardt's. I beat Reinhardt's and Carrie's back on Castlevania 64 back in the day. But here's the instruction manual for you guys to see. There's 3 characters right there. Backstory, controls. Just skip through this really quick. Yeah, I really like this game. I mean, it's kind of like classic Castlevania where it's linear and just platforming based. I think that's the different attacks and stuff. Yeah, it's a nice game if you like the old school Castlevania. I think it's the only 3D Castlevania that did the old school games justice. But I mean, the new Castlevania on PS3 was pretty good. It didn't feel quite the same, but it had nice platforming elements, and it felt kind of like Castlevania 4. But there you go. And of course, I got the warranty card, which is nice. I don't know what this is worth, but I know it's not exactly common. But hey, I really wanted to play this version. I played it back in the day. I think I rented this version, but I never got to complete it. But yeah, there you go. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Great game. Okay, let's see. I guess that's it for the 16-bit era. Well, 16 and 64-bit. Well, here's another 64-bit game. This is kind of rare, even though it's still in production. This is Iron Soldier 2. This is the limited edition cart version of the game. There's the back. Supposedly earlier revisions didn't have this mech in the middle of the picture, just had the 4 screenshots. But this is still available from, you know, Telegames. They still produce this in limited quantities, but you gotta pay, you know, like 100 to 120 for a copy. So, but this is a really great polygonal mech combat game. One of the best games on the Jaguar. So there's the card itself. Luckily, my version had a full color label on it. Most of them are like just a missized, tiny black and white label. So that was cool that it was a full. sorry, my video cut out there. So anyways, here's the manual for Iron Soldier, and it's in black and white, of course. It's very simplistic manual, and not much to see, so I'll just skip through that. But yeah, this is a great game. It's like, you know, Star Fox on foot, graphically and kind of gameplay wise. Very, very cool. All right. So let's keep it going here. I guess next up we'll switch to Sega CD, I suppose. And first up we have Earthworm Jim Special Edition for Sega CD. And here's the contents, of course, the disc and the foam and the manual, which I'll just flip through that really quick. This manual is really funny. It's got some humor in it. Let me see if I can find... There's all the developers' faces. I'm trying to find the one part where they make a joke in here. I think it's near the beginning. This is so ridiculous. I really love Shiny. They made some great games. I don't know, they make some joke in here about how you should send them your credit card number or something. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe that's in the second game's manual. Might be. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. This is a great version of Earthworm Jim. It's got the best music, the best animation, because this version has more frames of animation and more levels. I even think the Xbox Live Arcade version has all the levels that's in this game. So this is excellent. I don't know how rare it is. It might be near $100 now, but yeah, there you go. Alright, next Sega CD game. This one I've seen drop in price, but it was near the $100 mark at some point. But now I'm seeing it for like 60, 70 bucks. This Final Fight CD from Capcom, of course. There's the back. And as you can see, it's in the old cardboard Sega CD style box. And we'll open this up for you guys. Oh, that's a weird thing. When you open it at the top, the jewel case isn't up there, which is confusing. You have to open these from the bottom. Such weird cases. So there's the CD itself. Then the manual drops. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I don't know if there was like any other pamphlets in here, but all I have is the CD, the manual, and the box. But it's all black and white, showing you the different moves you can do. Stuff. I love this version though. I mean, it's the only version of Final Fight 1 that has voice acting. It's got a nice like CD quality soundtrack rather than MIDI, which is different than the arcade version, so purists might not like that, but I really like the CD soundtrack in this version, so I think it's cool. It's nice to have a cool, you know, box copy of this game with like official voice acting, the only version that has voice acting, even though the voice acting is utterly, utterly terrible, but yeah. Alright. Last Sega CD game here, and it's a biggin'. That is Snatcher. This is the Covenant Snatcher, which is getting pretty up there in price. I think I paid just under $200 for this in a bidding war on eBay. But here's the back of the game. And my copy is mint condition. It's got the foam. I'll even show you the disc here. You can see it is mint condition. It might have a piece of lint on it, but yeah. Very happy to get this game. Huge Hideo Kojima fan. This is an excellent adventure game. It really shows off the capabilities of the Sega CD. Hideo Kojima always had a knack for, designing games to run on their respective hardware and take full advantage of them. And of course the manual is amazing. It's got like a comic book in it. Just utterly awesome. Yeah. Got nice character art. Unfortunately it's black and white, but hey, what can you do? There's Jamie Seed and Katrina, which you find in the shower at one point. Awkward scene. Jean Jack Gibson and Mika. Oh yeah, it's Isabella from the Outer Heaven Club. She's kind of like a dancer there. Hot. Anyways. So that's the Snatcher instruction book. Still have not beaten this game. There's Metal Gear Mark 1 or Mark 2. I don't know which Mark he is. But yeah, that's Snatcher. I'm so glad to have this game. I'll probably never sell it because I love Hideo Kojima. Okay, next up, I guess we'll go with 3DO. So let's get this started. First game, I don't know how expensive this is, but it's a personal favorite of mine on 3DO, Flashback. And this is kind of a port of an Amiga game, I believe. And this one has full motion video in it, and I think that's the only difference really. But this game was recently announced having a reimagining on Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, and I'm super excited about that. It's going to be vastly different. It's going to be full 3D and probably new gameplay mechanics and everything, but I'm looking forward to it. It's the same developers as this original game. But all you got here is the outer box, and then the CD itself, which doesn't even have a back to it. It's just the CD. And then the manual itself, which I'll show you a little bit of. And of course it's black and white. Nothing too amazing, just like items and how to play it. Showing you a couple of the levels. That's the thing with these old school games, they love to show you the levels. I don't know. Nowadays you don't get shit. Anyways, this is a great like cinematic platformer in the vein of like Prince of Persia and Out of This World. But this is like a sci-fi adventure, kind of reminds me of Total Recall in a way, story-wise. Yeah, that's Flashback. And speaking of cinematic platformers, here's another somewhat rare one on 3DO, Out of This World. And yeah, this is a very well-received game. Basically, you travel to an alien world through a portal created by Particle Accelerator. There's the back of the game. This is the 3DO version, which had improved backgrounds, new music, stuff like that. It had a few weird glitches in it, but as you can see, this is complete. Here's the manual. It shows you some of the story. Of course, the levels. And nothing too special. But this is one of my favorite versions of the game, other than the Anniversary Edition on PC. So, there you go. It's worth quite a bit. I don't know if it breaks the $100 mark, but it's close. Especially in this condition. So, there you go, Out of This World. And this one, man, I got for like 20 bucks on eBay, but I've been seeing mixed results as far as the rarity. Sometimes they go for over 100. Of course, Night Trap for 3DO. 3DO version, of course, has the best full motion video of all the versions. Well, maybe the 32X CD version is on par with this, but that's a bit more pain in the ass in my edition to play, in my opinion. But here you go. Here's the manual. They got these big ass manuals. If I can get it out of there. Ugh. Such huge manuals for an FMV game. And the nice thing about this copy I got, it has the digital pictures temporary tattoo, which obviously I won't be using, but pretty interesting they gave you that. Yeah. And this was 2 discs because they made the video quality really nice in this version. So it's almost like a video CD quality of full motion video. So there you go. Night Trap. Kind of rare. Not super rare, but pretty rare. This one as well, it's been fluctuating in price. I see it over $100. Sometimes I see it around 90. But this is Star Control 2. This is a great RPG in the vein of it's kind of like the precursor to Mass Effect almost. You explore the galaxy, mine minerals, talk to alien races, battle them, whatever. But yeah, this let's see, some of the stuff. This is another one of those games where it comes out of the bottom of the disc. Here's the back of it. I don't know if I showed that. But yeah, this is Star Control 2. And it just comes with the disc itself. And this is something you don't always see on the copies on eBay. This is the star map. Oh, got it upside down here. This is actually very helpful because it shows you all the different systems. This game is massive, and it takes a long time to travel to all these systems. There's hundreds of them. So this is really an amazing game. I still haven't beat it just because it's so massive. It takes so much time to play through. And of course the manual here. There's a lot to learn in this game too. There's so many things you got to micromanage with the resources and knowing about the different alien races and different ships and everything. You can see all the different alien races. There, it's pretty crazy. There's the different ships. You can get different escort ships, and it even comes with a little hint book section because this game is really complex. It's amazing. It's well worth whatever price you pay. So if you want to see where games like Mass Effect get their influence from, definitely check out this one. So, alright, let's put this away. Again, I gotta put it contents into the bottom of the box. So weird with these 3DO games. Alright. Now, I guess we'll switch over to whittling it down here. I've got a lot of rare games, but I guess we'll go with Sega Saturn. And first up, we've got Albert Odyssey. It's a traditional 2D RPG for Sega Saturn. There's the back of it. This is a working design published game. I don't remember who the developers are and what other games they worked on. Maybe you guys can tell me. But this is one I have not beaten. A lot of my JRPGs in my collection I have not beaten. Gotten pretty far on this one, but it's been a while since I've played it. But working designs always gave you great manuals. That's the one thing you can say about them. Full color, great artwork, lots of info. So you can see that. And it's always nice they give you like, see, this is like the translation notes on the back. It's like, man, companies don't do this nowadays. Give you all this nice stuff to read. But yeah, this is, I think there's multiple disc arts. I don't know how rare my disc art is, but there you go. This is a great old school 2D RPG. It's kind of like Lunar. So, sweet. Alright, next up, we have Burning Rangers. This one I actually got for a little bit under $100, but now it's been going up in price. I've seen it pushing $200. Here's the back of it. This was actually sealed. You can see an old video on my channel of me unboxing this. I don't keep any games sealed. I buy them to play them. That's my mantra. If I buy them sealed, it's only because I want a copy that's in really nice condition. But here's the manual and some inserts from Sega. Different ads for Saturn games. We got Quake, Sonic Jam, Sonic R. What's that? Resident Evil with a cover that wasn't even on the American version. Duke Nukem 3D, The Lost World, Bomberman, which is a pretty rare game. Sports games, Manix, TT, motorcycle racing, sports, racing, Sega touring car. Oh, here's a game I'd like to get. Enemy Zero. Shine the Holy Ark I'd like to get. Huh, look at this old ad for, if it focuses on it, for Panzer Dragoon Saga. Weird cover art. But, and then we got Fighters Mega Mix, Warcraft 2, great game, I don't know how the Saturn version is. Last Bronx, Sky Target, never played that. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I have that game on PS1. And then a couple more games advertised in there. So there you go. Yeah, here's the Burning Rangers itself. Can do carried away with these promo things. But yeah, it's black and white, nothing too impressive. A lot of info. Shows the different, you know, aspects of the game, whatever. So there you go. That's Burning Rangers, and this is obviously, I've kept this copy in mint condition because it was brand new and sealed. So, yeah. Excellent game. I mean, it really shows off what Saturn could pull off in the 3D aspect. And it was a late generation title, one of the last games released on it. Excellent game from Sonic Team. So, definitely want to try this out. I think it ran on the same engine as Nights into Dreams. Okay, next up, I guess we can go with this Guardian Heroes for Sega Saturn. I don't know how rare it is now because of the Xbox Live Arcade version, but this is the English, only hard copy of the game in English. There's the back of it. I'll open it up. And my copy is actually, if I remember, it's got kind of a couple of scratches on it. But otherwise it's pretty nice. And then here's the manual. Fortunately, the intro in this American version didn't have all the voice work in it from the Japanese version, but that's since been restored in the Xbox Live Arcade version. But here's the manual if you guys want to see it. Black and white again, fortunately. I don't know when that trend started to do black and white games. I guess they just want to save money on ink. Show you some of the special moves that the different characters have. Pretty simple. It's got the registry card. So yeah, Guardian Heroes. Excellent beat 'em up RPG hybrid. So there you go. And then, I guess we'll do this one. Magic Knight Ray Earth, the action RPG based on an anime series, Magic Knight Ray Earth. And this is kind of similar to the Legend of Zelda series, top-down action RPG. There's the version of the disc I have with, I believe that's Fu, although correct me if I'm wrong. And then I got the instruction manual here. And of course, Working Designs give you the beautiful full color manuals. Look at that shit. That's just nice. If only all Saturn games had full color like that, it'd be great. Working Designs really looked out for the fans. And the unfortunate thing about this copy is in the back here there was supposed to be a card with stickers on it. When I bought this, the seller listed it as having the stickers. Mailed it to me, no stickers. They've obviously been cut out, so I don't know if he blatantly lied or what, but I got about 20 bucks off of this copy for that mistake, so whatever. I don't really need the stickers. It would have been nice, but I got it pretty cheap. I think I got it, you know, like 70, 60 bucks, so I don't know what it's worth now, but I'm sure it's not that cheap. And then another Saturn game that's kind of rare, The House of the Dead. This is the only home version of The House of the Dead that works with a light gun. There is the PC version, but that only uses mouse controls. Here's the back of it. Unfortunately, this version is really rushed and incomplete. There's a lot of objects missing in the levels. A lot of graphical effects, textures and such. But it's the only version you can play with a light gun. So there you go. The Japanese version is pretty much in English, so that's a pretty easy import to play with. But I just wanted the official Nintendo release because this game is very special to me. It's one of my favorite games of all time as far as arcade light gun shooters go. There's some nice character art. All the background story, which is nice. I've got every House of the Dead related game. House of the Dead 1, 2, 3, 4, and Zombie Revenge. I don't have House of the Dead Overkill. Here's the different zombies. I don't have a House of the Dead Overkill because I don't really consider that official because it wasn't made by the original developers. It's an okay game. I'll probably pick it up eventually just for collection's sake, but I wasn't in a big rush. I just like the Japanese developed House of the Dead games. So there you go. The disc is... it actually has been resurfaced. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of got the swirl in it. Yeah, you can kind of see that where it's been resurfaced. But it's in pretty good condition. I paid 90 bucks for it. I don't know what it's worth now, but hey, there you go. House of the Dead. And of course you knew this was coming. Gee, can you guess which one it is? Panzer Dragoon Saga. Of course. There you go, the back of it. This copy is absolutely mint condition. Oh, unless the discs fall out and scratch all over the place. But here's the manual. This has been increasing in price like crazy. It's up to $300-400 now. I think I paid around 190, I want to say, maybe 170. This was several years ago. But there you go with the manual. Black and white, of course. That's unfortunate. You'd think such a monumental release like this would have a color manual, but there's some character art. This game is fairly complex, even though it's pretty short, and there's some ads on the back. Then, of course, you got all the discs. Disc 4, Disc 3, Disc 2, and Disc 1. And these are all mint condition, absolutely immaculate. I'm not going to show you all of them because that would take too long. But yeah, this is absolutely mint. The box is pretty much scratch free. A couple little tiny scratches, but yeah, Panzer Dragoon Saga, excellent RPG, comparable to Final Fantasy VII. Ooh, controversial, don't say it's as good as Final Fantasy VII, but yeah, it is. It's definitely up there. Okay, last Sega Saturn. Oh no, we got two more Sega Saturn. First one, Radiant Silvergun from the famed developer Treasure. This is, of course, a shoot 'em up game. Nice thing is they give you a nice English spine in this. Focus. Yeah, you can see it says Radiant Silvergun. But yeah, we'll just open this up. I don't know how much I paid. I think I paid a lot for this. I think I paid $250. and now it's on Xbox Live Arcade, so the price has gone down a bit. I think it's in the $100 to $120 range. But I've got the spine card here. Ooh, the spine card, big deal. And the registry card. You want to see what that looks like. And here's the manual itself. It's in full color, which is nice, showing you the different shot types and the actual radiant sword, or whatever it's called. This is an excellent game. Even though it's on Xbox Live Arcade, I love having a hard copy of the games. It feels more official. There's a ad for Silhouette Mirage. Pretty good game. It's also on PS1. So yeah. And of course the disc is absolutely mint. Mint condition. Yeah, great game. Great game. Alright, last Sega Saturn game. Another import, and this one's pretty rare. Dungeons & Dragons Collection, which includes Tower of Doom and Shadow over Mystara. And luckily, this has finally been announced for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN. And these are classic Capcom beat-em-up titles with RPG elements based on the D&D universe. And actually, the director of this game went on to the company Vanillaware, which made Odin Sphere, Muramasa, and upcoming Dragon's Crown. So you'll definitely be able to see the influence they had with this series. But this is the RAM cart version. And there you go. This is the inner jewel case. I don't know if I showed you the back there. The back of the outer box, which is the same as the jewel case. And this one came with a 4 megabyte or megabit RAM cart. This is to increase the frames of animation. Well, it's required for this game. But I just wanted this version because I don't need the card. I have an action replay, but it just feels more grand having an outer box and everything, like a real RPG or something. And you can see the back of the box is pretty similar. But there's disc 1, which is Tower of Doom, and the instruction manual. And then the next side is disc 2 with Shadow over Mystara. And this is all in Japanese, unfortunately. So some parts of the story and item selection are pretty hard to understand. But it's a beat-em-up title at its core, so it's easy to play through. But I'll be definitely picking this up on PSN when it comes out. Here's some nice character art. And full color. Thanks, Capcom. You don't do that anymore, do you? So, yep. Great 2D Capcom beat 'em up. It's unfortunate that Aliens vs. Predator arcade never came out to any home console. That's the only Capcom arcade beat 'em up that doesn't exist on the home market, which is unfortunate. But maybe one day we'll get a port of it. Here's hoping. But yeah. Let me get this in here. That's all my Sega Saturn games. I guess we'll move on to PS1. I've got a lot of PS1 RPGs. You know, Final Fantasy VII, Breath of Fire, Parasite Eve, you know, Xenogears, all that stuff, which they've been fluctuating. Sometimes they're above 100, sometimes under 100. So I'm just gonna go with these. We'll just show them both at the same time. Lunar 1, Silver Star Story, and Lunar 2. So we'll go ahead and start with Lunar Silver Star Story. There's the flip open part of it. Some nice art. Here's the back of it. Very beautiful packaging. This still has the hang tab on it, as you can kind of see. But we'll pop this open and show you the contents. I'm trying to be as complete as possible with this video, so anyone who's wondering about these rare games can see everything they include, or almost everything they include. So There you go, there's the outer box. Here's the game itself. This is a cloth map, which honestly I don't want to open up. And again, my camera seems to stop every 30 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe it's a setting on there I gotta change. But this is the cloth map on Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. You can see it in the package there. Just a typical, you know, cloth map. And this is actually the instruction manual on it. It's like a hardbound semi-art book, semi-instruction manual. This is so big I can't go through the whole thing, but this is definitely what's supposed to be included. And this is 4 discs in here. We got disc 1, disc 2 obviously, and I think the rest, oops, see, this one always falls out. This is the making of Lunar, and this is the soundtrack itself. So that's really nice, and as you can see, there's no instruction manual in here because this hardcover one is the instruction manual. So anyway, that's Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, and that's all the contents you should expect from it if you find an eBay copy. Alright. So, next up we'll obviously show Lunar 2, Eternal Blue. You can open it up as usual and see the artwork inside. And there's the back. Obviously there's lots of artwork all around it. But we'll open this up. This one's a little thicker, as you can see. It's got more contents in it. So pop all this out. And here's what we got. Got a little bonus booklet of discs. The instruction manual again. A nice little bookmark. And I think this is the soundtrack, but we'll show the game itself. 3 discs this time. I think 2 for the game. Yep. And then the making of. I think that's... oh no, it's disc 3. This one's a 3-disc game. And then the making of Lunar. So there you go. And then we got the hardbound instruction manual with bookmark. Pretty cool. And you can see typical working designs, quality. Lots of colorful illustrations, lots of info. You know the drill with working design. And this is the, I believe this is, yep, the soundtrack in here. Which, oh, it's really stuck in there. Get out of there. Okay, there you go. That's what the soundtrack looks like. There's actually supposed to be a bonus disc here. This storage area is provided for the demo of Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete that was included with Vanguard Bandits. So maybe someday I'll get Vanguard Bandits to complete the disc in here. And this is weird. It's Omake box, I believe they call it. This has the cloth map. The little pouch with, I'll show you what's inside here. This is a little pendant, which I believe what's her name wears in the game. I haven't beaten Lunar 2 yet, so not sure. I've never been a huge fan of Lunar, but that's the locket or medallion, whatever she wears. And in here, these are all the little standees. I think they're character standees. This is all sealed up, so I don't want to open that. Little cardboard standees of the characters. But yeah, that's all of the contents. It's Omake box. So there you go. Alright, let's put all this stuff back. I hope you guys are sticking through this video because we're getting close to the end here. We got about 10 more games, I'd say, to go. So we'll try to speed this up. You gotta love that, the Omake box. And yeah, there might be more games in my collection that I'm totally forgetting that are rare, but I'm just going from what I know. Okay, I guess I'll go to these PS2 games here. I don't know how rare this is now. It might not even break $100, but it's not exactly common. This is Silent Hill 2, the Greatest Hits Edition, and this is basically the, with expanded extras, the Restless Dreams version, whatever you can see there. And I'd say this is more desirable than actually rare, because this is probably the perfect version of the game. It has no technical issues. It's got all the extras. Even the Xbox One version of this, it has a little bit of frame rate skipping when you're out on the city streets. And this is just absolutely perfect version. Fortunately, it's got the Greatest Hits red banner on it, but I have a feeling this will be a desirable version, considering the HD collection was just such a pile of shit. Oh, look at this beautiful instruction manual, full color, nice art. I wish Team Silent were still around, but at least we've got Shinji Mikami and Kiri Yamaoka working on The Evil Within, a true survival horror game. Hopefully that'll be good. But yeah, Silent Hill 2. Alright, next up we got another rare one. At least it's worth a lot. I don't know how rare it is, but the Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence Limited Edition. And this is with the Metal Gear Saga Volume 1. And I'll show you Metal Gear Saga. This was the pre-order bonus at GameStop, I believe. It's got this nice plasticky card in here, some nice artwork, and the chapters of the bonus DVD. And this is really nice looking, if I can get it out. I always love the artwork in the MGS games, but yep, this is the bonus DVD. I believe that's somewhat rare. And my box copy, the outer box. We'll open it up, pull the contents out here. Oh, here's the back. So there you go. And this itself isn't that rare, but unfortunately the HD collection didn't have this extra disc 2 persistence. Only has this disc 1 subsistence. But I guess I'll show you the instruction manual. It's not as grand as the Metal Gear Solid 3 instructions, the regular Snake Eater version. This is just kind of really brief in comparison, but pretty neat. And then it also came with this, the theater disc, limited edition theater disc. And there you go. It's just really simple. This, yeah, this has the the cinematic scenes from MGS1. I believe either this or the persistent disc has the weird thing with Raiden or Rykov where he goes back in time. It's kind of like a parody video. But yeah, this is pretty rare. I think it's $250, $300. My copy's kind of got a crease in it, but I'm sure it's still worth something. Alright, let's keep going. God, this video is going to be almost 2 hours long, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys, but hey, I wanted to show you this rare stuff. Okay, we're getting down to the last couple games. I guess we'll start with this, since this is the only game on the system that's somewhat rare. It's a DS game, Resident Evil Deadly Silence. And I believe that this is not easy to find. I don't know if it's worth over 100. I consider anything that's rare, super rare, to be over $100, but this is not easy to find. I'm so glad I picked this up back in the day. Huge Resident Evil fan, especially Resident Evil 1. This is a great port of the game. It's got, you know, new touchscreen extras like the knifing minigame and new graphics and like new variety to the levels, I'm pretty sure, as well in the arrange mode. So there you go, Resident Evil. But we'll move on here. I guess we'll do couple current gen games that are somewhat rare, and I say this with much uncertainty, but here's Mass Effect 1, the limited collector's edition, and this was only available on Amazon. It was not available at GameStop, I remember. And I think this does fetch a fair price, possibly even over $100. But it's got the outer case here, as you can see. And then the inner, this is a similar metal case to what Gears of War 1 had. It's not a steel book, but it's kind of like a tin case with a cardboard case and cardboard like booklet inside with the game and the bonus content disc. I believe that's like making of stuff. And then we got, of course, the instruction manual. You can see when 360 games still had instruction manuals. So there you go. Full color too. Imagine that. And then it had the Galactic Codex Essentials, which I think was just backstory about the different species and the universe and everything. And this is Mass Effect Future Imagined. I guess this is just an art book, yeah. But yeah, this is pretty rare, I believe. More rare than Mass Effect 2 or 3's collector's edition. So I might have to look this up, how much it's worth, but I'm pretty sure it exceeds $100. And then it had a ad for Battlestar Galactica, the final season apparently. I still need to watch this series actually. I'm working my way through Star Trek series, and right now I'm on Deep Space Nine. But I also want to go through Stargate and Battlestar Galactica as well at some point. So there you go. There's the I showed you all that. Yep, that's Mass Effect 1's collector's edition. All right. The next 360 game we got here. This one is somewhat rare. Tales of Vesperia, the special edition. Here's the back of it, and this is a official steelbook case. Open it up here. There's the instruction manual, and this is a card that shows what's on the soundtrack, and the instruction manual, which is pretty thick, and it is full color. So there you go. Pretty rare nowadays. Oh, and it's got a little bit of an art book on the back of it too. I remember this is specific for the special edition. So you got some nice art in the back. And then got a nice art design there. I'll show you the art here too. Here's the game itself. And this is the volume 1 of the soundtrack. And you could have ordered the volume 2 of the soundtrack, but I lost track of when they offered it, and I missed out on volume 2. Maybe I'll pick it up at some point, but that's what the art looks like. So yeah, that's the Tales of Vesperia special edition. Somewhat rare. I don't know what it's worth. It might be around $100 or more. You let me know. Okay, now a PS3 game, which I don't know if this is actually rare, but I'm assuming it is because I don't see it much. The Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger limited edition. I think this was actually limited. There's the back here from Arxis. We'll show you the contents here. This came with the outer box, the game itself. There you go. There's the disc. Excuse me. And there's the manual, full color manual, and it is a real manual. And this was made it different from the normal edition, a bonus disc. And the 360 version got this as well, but this was on a Blu-ray. And yeah, this is the soundtrack. And this is the second disc of the soundtrack. And this is the bonus disc, which this one's actually on a Blu-ray disc. Even though the quality of the video is just like, feels like upscaled 480p. But this kind of gives you strategies from IGN, I believe. And it's pretty crappy, but apparently this is worth something. So, pretty fun fighting game though. Nice animation, cool character design. So, getting down to it, we got 2 more games here. We'll go with a Wii game first. This one has gotten rare, even though it's pretty recent. Xenoblade Chronicles. This is from Monolith, which is now owned by Nintendo. They made the Xenosaga, Xenogears games. And it was only offered at GameStop, apparently. GameStop exclusive game. I figured, hey, if it's a GameStop exclusive, it's going to get rare, so I might as well pick it up. Here's my Club Nintendo thing, which I won't really see even though I already redeemed it. An instruction manual, which of course they give you a proper instruction manual. Very rare, but appreciated. And another pamphlet. Whatever. Netflix. Blah, blah, blah. And there's the game itself. And you can see behind this recyclable cutout, it has the alternate cover, which is very nice cover. And this cover reminds me a lot more of Xenogears in a way with the art. We'll go ahead and reverse that so you can see what it looks like. Hopefully I'm putting it on the right way. But there you go. That's what it looks like on your shelf. So it's very cool. But yeah, this game has gotten pretty rare. I believe it's over $100 now. I'm really glad I picked it up when I could. So, Xenoblade Chronicles. Excellent game as well. Very good RPG. Okay, the last game. If you guys have stuck around, I congratulate you. But here we go. This is a PlayStation Vita game, and I believe this is going to get even rare. The Persona 4 Golden, Solid Gold Edition. And there you go. It shows the back of it. I'll show you the contents. I believe I unboxed this on my channel, but I'll just go ahead and show you the contents again. Here's the skin for the PlayStation Vita, and the PlayStation Vita case itself, which inside I believe has a shell for the PS Vita, which I will not use because I just want to keep it in good shape. I have a shell for my PS Vita anyways that I use. And a couple more things. Of course, the game itself, which no instruction manual, because that's how Vita games go. And the stickers themselves. There you go. And since I am such a bastard, I knew this shit was going rare, so I picked up actually 2 copies of this at launch, and this is a sealed one. So this is kind of an investment for me. We'll see how much it's worth in 10 years. So anyways, guys, that's it. Hope you've stuck through with this, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what kind of rare games you have in your collection. I'd love to hear it. Hey, send me a video response too, even, showing me your rare game collection. I love watching those videos. I've been actually watching several users on YouTube lately in preparation for this video. Just seeing what other people had out there. So yeah, feel free to share. And keep watching for more videos. Let me know what you want to see. And I would be happy to do whatever videos you guys are interested in. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me, and peace out.